kindly click on subscribe button, bell icon, and also like, comment and share. Hello friends, welcome back for another session of tutorial for the CAMWorks. Today we will see if you want to size your model. That means if you want to remove extra material from the stock manager with compared to your finished model, then we'll see how you can remove that. Okay, so first of all, in the earlier part we have learned how you can define machine. So you can have a defined machine, you can select a 3-axis VMs. Then we'll go into the stock manager. Stock manager, we will select an extrude sketch and select the sketch and the height you want. So both the things has been done. Now the third step goes that we need to create a mill part setup. Right, so click on setup, mill setup, and you need to define the direction. Over here you can see it is coming from the bottom, which is the not correct direction, right? So we need to select, either you can reverse your direction or you can select a face from where you want to have the mill part setup. Again, it is not necessary that you need to select a top face, but yes, it is necessary to select a flat face, right? If you select this face, it will also work, this face also work, this face will also work, but it requires a flat face, not the top face. Okay, so you can select it from here and say green button, that is okay. So your mill part setup is been ready. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to remove the extra material which is on the sides, that is on the X and Y, right? We have created a sketch which is 12 mm offset from all the 4 sides, so we need to remove that extra material. So for that, right click on the mill part setup and you have a tool called part parameter feature, right? So by clicking on that, you will get a tool path of rough and finish. If you want only finish, you can select the strategy of only finish tool path, or else you can go into the boss type. Right, now let me show what is the boss type and what will be the open pocket type. Okay, so first let me cover the boss type. If you select on boss, click OK. You have nothing to select. What will be the profile, what will be the height, all the data will be automatically captured from your model. Okay, so that is a parameter boss. You just right click on it, generate operation plan, then right click generate toolpath, and you can see a smooth toolpath over there. Okay, now if you click on the toolpath, right click it, click on edit definition. So you will have all the details to be filled up over here. Let's say what tool you want. So for tool selection, you will go into the tool crib. All the tool libraries will be here. Let's say if you are selecting a 20 mm flat end cutter that you can have for roughing or for finishing, both you can use. For the feed RPM, you can set it either with the surface speed or with the spindle RPM. Let's say I am having a 2200 RPM along with the feed rate of let's say 1200, right? You can set that feed rates. In the control page, you can have the depth of cut. Over here I can say my first cut will be of 0.5, then all the cuts will be of 1 mm and last cut will be of 0.1. So you can set that. If you want to see the preview how the toolpath looks, then click on preview and you will get to know how the toolpath will actually looks like. Okay, so over here there is a backplot of the toolpath. That means you can see how actually your tool is going to work. So you can control the speed over here, right? You can have a step-by-step simulation, or else you can have a play mode. So if I just slow down the speed, you can see every time at this junction my tool is retracting from its original position, again coming back to the position and then start the machining, right? So I just need to control this retract. I don't want this much retraction. So over here there is an option in depth parameters, that is ramp off, right? So you need to have cut amount. Instead of ramp off, you just have to select this command, cut amount, and you can see that you have a smooth toolpath which is working like a helix, right? It works like a helical toolpath, so there will be no retraction. You can see the tool is going smoothly That is just one entry and one exit, no in between retracts over there. So the cutter life will also be improved, and your toolpath and finishing also will improve, right? So in this way you can control it with the help of cut amount part. Okay, now if I want to get a better finish, if I want a better finish on the sides of the raw material, right? So what I will do, I will just have I will just left stock like say 0.15, that is per side. I will remove 0.15 mm of material. So what it will do, the 20 mm will not remove all the material. We will left 0.15 mm material at the boundary. Over here you can see in the color code. Okay, where I have got this, so on the contour wheel you can right click, say simulate toolpath. Right, simulation of the toolpath can be again controlled with the help of speed. Right, so you can have a slow speed or you can have a fast speed. Right, after the simulation gets over in the display option you can have the show difference page, and while clicking on show difference you can see the comparison of the finished model along with the raw material. So over here the blue color portion is showing that there is a 0.4 mm plus material over there, but a light over here you can see there is a light sky blue color, and it is showing that you have 0.1 or more than 0.1 or less than 0.2. So that is the color coding which is showing you how much material is left at the edges or at the faces of the model. So what you need to do, you need to remove that 0.15 mm material from a single shot, right? So what you will do, you just copy this program or you can generate another program. So for generating another program you need to right click on the parameter boss and you need to generate a contour mill toolpath, right? You can select the cutter from there. In the operation page you can have the same contour mill toolpath, you can copy it from there. While copying you can see your all the parameters will be there, so you don't need to enter it again. Over here I will make allowance 0 because I want a final path, and the first cut itself I make it a 30 mm pass. Okay, so it will generate a single pass, and I will remove this cut amount to ramp off. So it will do an entry once, and then it will remove 0.15 mm with a single slot. So it is a solid carbide cutter, so it will help to improve your finishing of the faces of the model. So in this way you can have two toolpaths. One is using for roughing purpose and second is will be used for the finishing purpose. If you don't require that much surface finish at the boundary, then you will select this toolpath of the roughing only, and you just remove that allowance material over here. So you will have a single toolpath wherein you can have roughing and finishing both. If you want a separate toolpath you can generate it, or else that is up to you what type of surface finish do you want. Okay, so this is one type, that is a boss type method. Let us see another method, that is in the part parameter, that is an open pocket. So over here you can see there is a continuous line and there is an open line, whereas in boss type there is only one, that is a continuous line, right? So that is the difference between a boss type and an open type, open pocket. In boss type it will consider only the final finish phase of the model, wherein the open pocket will consider all the material which is been defined in the stock manager. So what it will help do, okay. So now let us create a roughing toolpath for the open pocket. So we will select a 2-axis mill operation, rough mill, and then we will go and selecting the tool, that is 12 mm and mill, say OK. So you will have the parameters of the roughing. Over here again we can define an allowance of let's say 0.15 which we want to left for the finished toolpath. Again we can set the depth of cut, that is variable. First cut will be of 0.1, then I want all the cuts of 0.15 mm, and again the final cut will be of 0.1 mm. So over here you can see the toolpath is been going at the top of the model. Now I don't want to get machined over there, So I just click on machine island top and the tick mark will be removed. So my toolpath will run only on the side portions, right? So you can see here the number of passes it will take to finish that material. Okay, you can also control that with the help of the air segment, that what percentage of the tool dia needs to be out of the geometry. So you can say I just want 15% of my geometry to be out of my model. So you can see the toolpath will be like this, and if you just see the simulation, you will come to know how it is going to work. So with these small dia cutters also you can work. It is not necessary that you have to use a bigger dia cutters only, right? You can machine through it. Now you can see there is slight material left over here. So instead of 15%, let's say if you have 25% of the cutter dia. Okay, so the toolpath will just shift over there, and now you can see there will be no material left. Like this you can have a roughing, and you can generate a finishing toolpath with the same process that we have done earlier. That is, this is a roughing toolpath, and from here you can again select a small tool for the contour mill, let's say a 10 or a 12 mm cutter, right? And you can copy the toolpath from the earlier one, and you can just say preview. So you will have a single pass which will give a better finish, right? So we have learned here the part parameter tool with the two options. One is boss and one is open pocket. In boss you will have only one toolpath, that will be the final toolpath on the wall of the finished model, right? But if you have excess material and you need to remove it from the small cutters also, every time you cannot run a big cutter, then you can have an open pocket tool wherein you can select the roughing toolpath and you can generate the toolpaths, and you can finish it off finally and get the better surface finish. So in this way you can remove the extra material from the sideways, right? In the next video we will see how you can remove the extra material from the top with the help of a face mill cutter, right? So that will be discussed in the later tutorial. I hope this information will help you in creating the toolpath in your organization and remove excess material from the sideways. Thank you.